Okay, HadesOmega here. So that's it. That's the end of Refuel TT 11. So man, it really worries me towing this around with one super heavy bike and one super light bike. Well, it's not super heavy, but yeah. So yeah, I had a lot of fun today. The first session, I was still kind of, it's been a while since I've ridden on the track, and it's been a while. It's been like a month since I've ridden the Impulse, Okay, HadesOmega here. Before I take off all my gear, I might as well just do one last video. So that's the end of Refuel TT 11 for HadesOmega. It was a good day. The first session was a little, still getting my feet wet. I haven't been ridden on this track in a long time. Even the last refuel, I actually got to ride my KLR on the track before I actually came here. So, but it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of there was a couple of oh shit moments. What was it? Oh yeah. Man, the brakes are really good on the Impulse. If you like panic brake or just you grab it really hard, it'll brake really hard. I think the bike, because the bike has such good tires and suspension, it saved me a couple times a day from because of mistakes I made. What else? Yeah. So the second session, it went better. Yeah, the second session went really good. I think I got some good laps in. I was passing people. Some people were passing me. What was it? Yeah, there was a couple dicey moments though. It's always like the braking and stuff. Like I just think I haven't been riding that bike enough lately. That's what it is. But I feel like I've been pushing it harder too. So I can scrape the foot pegs and the boots now. I didn't do that before. So I feel like, yeah, I'm getting faster. So that's a good thing. But I still need to, there's only so much you can lean this bike over because it doesn't have like rear set foot pegs. Also, during the TT, so the TT, they put me all. Oh yeah. So I had transponder problems all day. The first two sessions didn't get any of my times, and that's simply because I had the transponder mounted on the triple clamp. Somebody told me to put it on top of between the triple clamp or something, and I guess I rested it on the bottom of the triple clamp. It didn't work. I wasn't getting any time. So they gave me another one, and then I put it in the same place. It still didn't work. So finally I said, okay, the TT I have to have at least a timer for TT so I can get my time in. And I put it in my boot this time. I stuffed it in my suit and put it in my boot. And then it worked. So I got a time. The first lap was the warm-up lap was pretty good, but the person in front of me was slower than me, so I caught up to them. I lost some time trying to pass them. Those zeros are like they're like really no match for this bike. This bike corners really well. And the brakes. I feel that the braking is much better on the Impulse than the Zero bikes. I don't know about the SRF though. Those SRFs are fast, man. I don't think I could have caught up to any of them. They're up there with the Energicas, and the Energicas are just zooming past me too. so yeah, there was that. So one thing I was doing really good on the TT lap, the time trial, and then what happened? I caught up to somebody and I had to pass them. So I passed them. Okay, no big deal. Probably lost a second or two, and then the last turn, I think it's 10 or 11, the one right before the straight. I stomped on the rear brake. And it backed it in. I backed in that last turn, and it slid, and I was going sideways, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit, and I let off the brake. So, and that's where I think the suspension and the tire saved my ass, because I didn't go down. So, and then I think I downshifted to like second. I was in second already, and I just goosed it, and I just went to the line. So, and I got a 207 something. I was like 17th or 16th place or something. there was a third session, and I tried to take the light B out there, and then somebody crashed SRF. So and I saw it when I went back, and then everyone got black flag. They brought everybody in, and we didn't have enough time to do the session, you know. All right, so yeah, that's the dealie. I hope for what it's worth, the light B did actually pretty good on the track. It was keeping the speeds up. Like, it could pretty much do all this track without slowing down too much, except for that last turn when you're cresting up the hill to get to the corkscrew. It slowed down to 35, but I was surprised it did really well. It ate up 10% going through half of the track though. I'd imagine you probably wouldn't get very many laps before the battery, before you get to 50%, and it just goes slow as shit. So yeah. So and then they brought everybody back in, and we didn't have enough time to go, so to go in again. So that was it. I only got like half a lap on the light, unfortunately. And yeah, the tires suck, man. They were sliding all. I could feel them. They were sliding. I'd imagine maybe after like a lap, I think they probably would have been warmed up, and we could have probably pushed it harder. So it would have been nice to do that, but we didn't get that chance. So we got to leave after like we hit the whole corkscrew. So I got to ride it down the corkscrew though. That was cool. So one day we'll bring it back. We'll bring it back next year, and maybe we'll try it. So yeah, that was HadesOmega's Refuel 11, and so we're gonna do the award ceremony right now, I think. And then yeah, everyone's packing up to go home. All right, so we go. It's about 6:30 already. Damn.
All right, HadesOmega here. It's the day after the Refuel TT event, and I'm just doing a quick video clip for the Impulse TT here. So if you guys don't know about my Impulse TTs, it's 2016 Impulse TT. It's like the only year that they came out. I put 139 as my race number. I had black numbers, so I don't think it wouldn't have looked so good on the windscreen, because it's a smoke and black windscreen. So I wound up using the painter's tape, and it actually worked pretty good. I looked at the pictures of it, and I was like, oh, you can really tell what number it is. So yeah, so I was number 139 and 139. So we got one number there and one number there. The reason for that number is because this is bike number 139 from the factory for Victory Impulses. It's a mostly stock Victory Impulse TT. It has a couple mods on it, mostly cosmetic. It has a bar riser, this MRA V-Flow screen with the X screen attachment on it. It's got RAM mounts. It's got a 12-volt hookup here and a USB outlet here. It's got trackside handguards, or I guess these are just like brush guards, because it doesn't go all the way. It has mirrors, but I took them off for the track. It has these Chinese adjustable levers, aluminum adjustable levers that were great. This will probably be the only bike that your clutch lever won't wear out so fast, because I never used the clutch. I never used the clutch to upshift this bike, and that seems to be the general consensus between Impulse riders. They don't use this. They only use this to downshift. And what else? Yeah, I'll just talk about it with the track setup. There is a rack on it, a custom-made rack for this trunk here. Actually, it's right there. It makes it a lot easier. You know, it makes it a lot nicer to ride around the city bike. I've taped up the headlight here, the tail light. It's got some crash sliders here and here. Fortunately, it's never been down, so oh, it is also so yeah, it does have one kind of performance mod. It has a 13-tooth front sprocket for I for a Gixxer 250. That's the one that fits on this. So that's like pretty much the only like performance modification. And what it does is it shortens the gear. For like one tooth, it's like 3 teeth in the back for the sprocket. So I like it a lot better. I definitely gonna keep it there, even on the for street riding. I never hit 6 gear, not even on the racetrack. So honestly, if I can make it lower, I would make it lower. But then yeah, you would be switching gears all the time. Um, yeah, I think it. If I could go like 2 teeth in the back, maybe I would. Then maybe I could actually use the 6 gear. But honestly, I think 6 gears is just it's too much for this bike. It can't even make it up there fast enough. It's not that doesn't have that much power. Um, but it can keep up with those zero bikes. So, um, and what else? Oh yeah, and then the suspension has been tuned by Evolution Motorcycles in Santa Clara or San Jose. Um, I had that was the biggest difference from last year. Since from last year's Refuel TT event is I had the suspension adjusted for my rider for myself basically. Um, I think they increased the preload in the back, and then they adjusted the dampening a little bit. It it turns in much better. It transitions much faster too. I can't help but feel that like there's a lot more weight over the front wheel, so it feels like it feels like I can overwhelm the front tire a lot more. But you know what that means? That means I just have to get on the throttle more. That's what that means. Um, but yeah, man, the bike handles sweet, man. I have no doubt in my mind, this is probably one of the best handling bikes on the track that for that event out of all the bikes there. Besides, like maybe the racing bikes and stuff. It could use some rear sets. um, I I'm getting good enough where like I can scrape the foot pegs. Actually, there is none. I guess maybe it's my boot that's scraping the ground, but I feel something. I feel something scrape the ground, but it's not the foot peg. It would be this one that scrapes the ground, but there are no scraping marks on it. Just when you're riding and you think you're leaning a whole lot, you can always lean more. So yeah. So all right, that's the bike that I rode at Refuel 11, and it's kind of set up. I also added these red rim tapes to the wheels. I think it looks great. It matches the bike well, and it makes you easier to see at night. So it's awesome. I wonder how it'll be to clean the wheels now, though. You'll probably definitely tell when they get dirty. So the chain side is the one that gets dirty so much. All right. So yeah, that is my steed for Refuel TT. Also I want to mention that I had no problems with the bike. The bike ran great. All the prep, basically all I did was adjust the chain. I don't really ride this. I haven't been riding this bike very often, but yeah, all I'd done was adjust the chain and cleaned it, and I think I just tightened it just a tiny bit. But I had no problems with the bike. No problem with its performance, with its handling. It was just all problems with the rider. Okay, so yeah, I can't blame the bike for being slow. I think it's just me. Um, it it does have trouble catching up to some of the zero bikes. So, yeah, some of those zero bikes, it's like once we get to the straight, they'll just like, shoo, just disappear on me. I'm like, damn it, come on, and then I have to catch up when we brake or get into the corners. Yeah. So, and also, if you guys are wondering what tires I'm running, they're the stock tires. I've got about 4,000 miles on this bike, and it's running. The stock tires are Continental Sport Attack 2s. Great tire. It's a great tire. It's kind of expensive though, so I don't know if we're gonna go with that next time. But I did feel that like we did kind of reach the limits of their grip yesterday around some of the corners. I can feel the bike sliding a little bit, but it's okay if it slides a little bit, as long as it doesn't slide a lot. um, but yeah, when the bike starts drifting like that, you've reached the limits of the grip right there. And then I'm pretty sure the tires were nice and hot too. So, yep. All right. Here's me out.